are live. Look at that.
Welcome, everybody.
Oh, it's working.
Nice, easy, seamless transition from platforms here. I love it. You would never know what that last 24 hours was like. These platforms switching over to StreamYard.
Very similar now. They've definitely upgraded on StreamYard.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, guys, welcome back to F35 Live, our weekly live stream. This is where we go 9 p.m. Eastern to at least 11 p.m. Eastern to talk about your favorite Cardano NFT projects. And tonight, we've got a double header going. Good old Goofy Gophers Mining Club and Space Otter Society. Some really cool and unique projects inside the space. So excited to get into this week.
Absolutely. I'm pumped to have them on for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I know Goofy Gophers is one that we've been kind of like, we've had a lot of people in our community. We missed out on the initial mint because they did like 1,000 of the 8,888 of them minted back in October. We just found it out, so we missed that. But we've had quite a bit of people in our community that have been talking about them. So we've seen them over on Aaron's channel. Shout out to Cowboys Crypto for having them on. So excited to get Ryan in tonight and dive into what these guys are doing because it's unique, man. Mining crypto and tying it to an NFT. It's going to be pretty cool.
Let's bring them on.
Are you ready to go? Well, shout out to everybody in chat over there. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We will, schedule wise tonight, we are going to have Goofy Gophers on from 9 to 10. So for the first hour, and then from 10 to 11, we'll go ahead and have Space Otters. So if you guys are looking for anything specific, that'll be kind of the schedule for tonight. But definitely make sure you tune in because we have some whitelists, we have some giveaways. So it should be a fun night. And welcoming him in for the stream for the first time, we have Ryan from Goofy Gophers Club. Shout out to him, the founder. Welcome on, man.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good Monday. Thanks so much for having us on, guys.
Absolutely.
Freedom 35ers from day one. Our community's heavily requested that we come on, so it's great to finally get this opportunity.
That's awesome to hear that. We're glad to have you on.
Dude, this is an exciting one over there. Because you guys, I love the art style that you guys have going on, and I didn't realize like the depth of the stuff that you guys are doing. Because you guys are not officially like fully minted out yet. You guys had a unique way of doing things. You guys have 1,000 that were minted out early, sometime October-ish, we said last year. And now we still have an upcoming mint that's happening later, or maybe sooner than later this year, which we'll get into. But Ryan, we want to go ahead and kind of introduce you in. You're the founder of Goofy Gophers, but can you kind of explain a little bit about what you do for that team and just what Goofy Gophers are?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give you a bit about my background, how I got into crypto, and then like why I founded Goofy Gophers Mining Club. So I was running an Amazon business at 18. It was quite simple, just get products made in China, shipped to the UK and the US, and then sold for profit. But it was very good. I was studying robotics and then finance. Running that Amazon business taught me way more than both of those. It was real world business experience. But I had that revenue coming in. I didn't necessarily want to put it all back into Amazon because I knew studying finance, you should diversify. So I joined my university's investing society. Society is basically a club, is what they call it in England.
Okay.
And no one in there was talking about cryptocurrency, which blew my mind. And it was the early days, so Bitcoin wasn't as ubiquitous as it is now. It was very much like not many people had heard of it. It was like online drug money, that sort of thing. But one of my friends was really into it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put in a little bit. And then it doubled within like a month. So now I'm obsessed. I'm trying to make everyone in the society aware. No one was. But then we had this competition where they give you $10,000, not real, but like just theoretical, invest in any stock, bond, asset, whatever. So everyone was doing like Tesla, Facebook, Snapchat, I think IPO'd at the time. But I put it all into Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ripple, and mine was up 4 times anyone else within 3 months. So they did awesome. 2 things. They banned cryptocurrency from all competitions because they said it was unfair. And the founder then got really into crypto like me and made me head of crypto. So bear in mind, I'd only discovered it a few months ago. Now I'm thrown in the deep end. A big society of 300 people. I had to research all these different altcoins. And that's when I really got in love with the actual technology behind it, not just the financial potential. So now I'm getting quite broad knowledge of everything. And studying robotics, robotics is a lot of electronics, probably 90% electronics. So I straight away looked at the mining. I was like, this is really, really interesting. You run this algorithm, then you get rewarded in Bitcoin. But even then, it was quite inaccessible. So back then, you could do it with a GPU, with a normal computer, if it was powerful enough, and you could be profitable. But today, it's dominated by big corporations, governments. So for an individual trying to get into mining, it's nearly impossible today.
Yeah.
So that led eventually to the creation of Goofy Gophers Mining Club, where we fractionalize that and we do all the heavy lifting for you. You just buy the Gopher, and then it's an easy vehicle to get exposure to that mining.
Wow. Love it.
That's a really crazy story, and actually really, really awesome to hear from you. That's a way to like
on the right team right there. We like to hear that, Tommy.
Right, thinking outside the box too. Just like, hey guys, you can invest in this Facebook stock, this Tesla over here. I'm going to put it in Bitcoin and Litecoin and show you the power of this decentralized.
Not only that, like being in charge of 300 people to do the research and figure out the analytics of crypto. That's amazing. That's impressive that you pretty much taught yourself that and taught 300 other people how the crypto space works in the sense of how to look for, you know, the ups and downs of everything. That's really cool to hear.
Thank you. Well, fake it till you make it. I was like shitting myself. But you just get a lot more used to it. You find good news sources, and yeah, I agree with the society.
Yeah, great. That's really cool to hear. So you mentioned token like fractalization over there, which I need to get caught up on the mining portion of this. Like we talk NFTs all the time. I'm completely blind to crypto mining. I've heard of it, and all I know is that it consumes way too much electricity, and that it's bad for the environment, and all these fun things. So can you guys give us a little bit of a breakdown, like what crypto mining is, and then how you guys are able to fractionalize it?
Yeah, it is all those things. It is too much electricity, and it is bad for the environment. But in a nutshell, so we're linking NFTs and mining together in a new and innovative way. So in basic terms, we're taking our mint revenue and buying cryptocurrency miners. So there's two ways to mine cryptocurrency. There's what I talked about earlier, which is just using your normal computer. That's called GPU mining. You can mine any coin, but in this bear market, it's not profitable. The electricity costs more than the coin you're mining. So what we're doing, I think it says there, we're buying ASIC miners. That's an application-specific integrated circuit. So these are big, powerful computers that are very, very efficient. So low power consumption, high computing power. So ASIC means it only mines one coin. So there's certain ones for Bitcoin, certain ones for Litecoin and Doge called script miners, and then some for different algorithms like Cardano. These miners in the bull run were 40K. Now they're 10K. So for an average person, pretty much inaccessible. But even if you can buy it, where do you store it? They're not that small. They're very, very loud. How do I generate the power? How do I cool it? There's all these headaches that come with mining. And if you haven't analyzed the profit properly in your electricity costs, you might not even be profitable after all that. And then to your point, the electricity, the consumption,
right?
As an individual, it'll be very hard to do it sustainably. Whereas because we're not buying one miner, we're buying 100 miners. Now we have a lot more buying power. We have economies of scale. So our machine cost per machine is way lower than it would be for an individual. Our electricity cost is about half the residential rate at 8 cents. So if anyone's going to be profitable mining, it's us. And then sustainability wise, as I said, an individual that you're just going to plug it into your mains, which probably isn't sustainable. We're using 90% solar and wind energy to power our miners. So much more sustainable than most miners, which is quite exciting. And then I think you asked, what is mining? So in a nutshell, let's look at Bitcoin mining. You're running the Bitcoin algorithm. So you're using that electricity and that computing power to solve transactions. So what that does is it secures and verifies transactions on the Bitcoin network. And for that work, because it's proof of work, you get rewarded in Bitcoin.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I've seen it from like the top down level, but yeah, that is a way more in depth answer over there. So I feel like I get it a little bit. So you guys are leveraging the power of a community and raising funds this way to be able to do the legwork up front, to be able to take the profits overall and share it back with the community. Is that kind of an overall thing in a nutshell?
Yeah, exactly. So we're taking that mint revenue, and then that pie chart there, that's the miners we're proposed to buy. So for Bitcoin, we're using S19 XPs. They're the latest and greatest for Bitcoin. Very, very efficient.
Right.
For Doge and Litecoin, it's the same miner. It's on the script algorithm. It's called merge mining, where basically you mine half Litecoin, half Doge. And
Okay.
then most people don't think it's good to hold Doge, so it converts Doge straight away to Litecoin.
Okay.
That's called an L7. We've actually already got 5 of them online hashing right now from our pre-sale.
Yeah.
We've already mined 70 Litecoin, which is really exciting, especially with that Litecoin boom this weekend.
Yeah.
And then 25% Cardano. That's KA3s, which is a monster of a machine coming out this month. It's 3 times the power, 160 terahash, than any other miner that's ever been.
Oh wow.
Right. Where do you store all the PCs to mine?
Yeah, so we don't host ourselves because personally I'm in New York. The other team are in England, where if you guys have seen in Europe, the cost of electricity is up by a factor of 5, I think. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, we assessed so many different options in loads of different countries. Our first thought was go to Scandinavia because it's 100% green, like Norway, Iceland, but they don't really like crypto mining. They're okay with it on a small scale, but we want to get to a big scale, and you have to get permission like 5 years before. So it's something maybe we can do in the future.
Yeah.
Then we looked at South America because it's cheap there, but we weren't sure about like political volatility. So then we looked right here in the US at the Midwest because that's got quite consistently low electricity. It's very trustworthy. So then we flew out to Iowa. And we talked to probably 30 farms before we found the right one. But we flew to Iowa, we met with the team, and they were absolutely incredible. They were so professional. We interviewed them as well on our YouTube channel, so full transparency.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have an official partnership agreement with them.
Love it.
And they've been incredible. We bought the miners, and then once it hit their facility, they had them turned on and hashing within 2 hours,
Wow.
which is unheard of. And I think it was Thanksgiving or some other holiday. So it was quite unbelievable. They've been really, really good so far.
That's actually really amazing to hear. So you currently have 5 miners right now, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we've got 5 L7s on right now.
Perfect. And right now, what I've seen in Discord, you kind of give like a daily update of what they're mining, which seems to be roughly like just was 1.5 to 1.7, or somewhere around about 1.5 Litecoin. Is that every day per miner?
That's every day per miner, but that's
Wow.
revenue, not profit. So we have the electricity cost.
Right.
But to give you an idea, we've mined 70 Litecoin, which is about $7,500,
Okay.
and our electricity cost has only been 600. So at that cost of electricity, we've been wildly profitable. And yeah, that you're talking about the Squire there. So we made this little API. So we connect to a Litecoin pool. It then sends us the data. We put that into a Discord bot. So we have this little Squire that comes and says the daily results. And that's just the start of what we're doing. So the reason we had that information on hand is because we're working with the Flipper team to build Kingdom Connect. So this is going to be an app on our website that's going to have all of the mining statistics live. So it will say like this much Bitcoin mined this day, this week, this month, this year, the electricity cost, and that'll be sort of the genesis of the platform. And then eventually it will have on-chain voting, it will have our treasury proposals. Everything's going to live in that Kingdom Connect.
With the 4 coins you guys are mining, does it automatically, or do you guys instantly convert it to ADA? Because I know the payout's going to be in ADA. Or do you guys hold it for a bit of time before you convert it? Or are you going to convert it, I should say?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the ethos with mining, especially in a bear market like this, is just stay profitable as long as you're getting positive amounts of Bitcoin, Cardano, and Litecoin. You hold them for the bull run because then it's going to be a lot more fruitful. So for example, if we mined, let's say 5 Bitcoin, we could sell it right now and it would be a small profit. But if you wait till it hits all-time highs, it's like you were mining it at that price the entire time. So we're holding the coins that we mine. A little bit of active trading, maybe we might look at, but we're not sure yet. But we'll only convert to ADA when we do a payout.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so for the first 6 months, everything that's mined, we're going to be buying more machines with that revenue. So we're probably going to buy another L7 soon. But that will increase our machine count from about 20 to 40%, depending on the market conditions. So it'll make us a much bigger operation. Then after 6 months, you'll be able to stake your Gopher. It'll work very much like a staking pool, except you're staking your actual NFT.
Right.
And then you'll participate in those mining rewards. You'll get 40% of the mining revenue.
I love it. I need some Gophers immediately.
Yeah, I was
say we missed out. You're saying that at the beginning, Tom, we kind of missed out a little late on this. I think we're really late.
Oh, we definitely missed out on this because as somebody was asking back here, we could take it back a little bit, just to scale back for everybody here. We jumped right into the mining, but the total supply is 8,888, and currently there's 1,000 of them out there that have been minted, like you said, back in October. So the next drop that's upcoming for you guys will have 7,888, right?
Yeah, we've had our pre-sale of the first 1,000, then we're going to have our main sale hopefully sooner rather than later of the remaining Gophers. And it's going to be in phases. So there'll be a big first phase to cover everyone on the whitelist and a bit more. And then there'll be 2 smaller phases to get it sold out.
Was there any reason for the number 8,888, or that was just a random number you guys chose?
It was 10K at first, but we thought that was unappealing. So we thought 8888 looked better.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that over there.
I did, yeah.
Was there a certain have you guys obviously, I know we haven't announced the mint date. I know we're waiting. One thing to point out too for you guys on the next mint is that you guys are going to be minting on Flipper's new platform, right? Which used to be free roam from the team over at Ghost Chain. So that's a big thing too. Are you guys going to be the first to mint on there? Because I know, didn't you mint last year? Was it on Flipper?
It was on a portal of Flipper, so we did work with them to do it, but it wasn't on Flipper per se. But that partnership's been so exciting because Ghost Chain were basically the reason I got into Cardano NFTs in the first place. I saw that utility, the revenue share with their marketplace, and I was like, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And now to actually be working with them is quite surreal. But yeah, we're going to be their first on-chain, on-marketplace mint, which is important for us because it's very easy to make your own mint portal. We could have done it, but there's so many security issues. Every single time there's a big mint and it's just on a portal, people will duplicate it and people will get scammed every time. But it's not that easy to duplicate an entire marketplace.
Right.
So when we're minting on Flipper, it's going to be very smooth. It's going to be very reliable, but best of all, it's going to be trustworthy.
That's awesome.
It's that partnership too, developing the relationship with the marketplace. That's also a big perk to have as well.
100%. Yeah, we full-heartedly believe in Flipper. I met them at Con. Their booth was amazing. We got to see a little sample of Flipper, but all their features look incredible with the referrals, the native token trading. They're doing so much for the space.
Yeah. Well, so to tie that back, we have the mint that's going to be upcoming, which I'm sure we can ask some more detail, and chat can kind of comment on what you can tell us so far. But to move forward with kind of what you guys want to touch on, so this kingdom, the treasury over here. This is one of the unique aspects about you guys is that since you have an outside revenue, something that's generating revenue that's outside of just the NFT, and like you said, that's the main utility for this. So this treasury that you guys have, like you said, if you guys are investing long-term into the crypto space, how does this treasury work in supplying and sustaining the project over time?
Yeah, so that's a really important distinction you just made. So it functions a bit like a DAO, but what really separates us from any other DAO I've seen is we have a real revenue source going in there. So whether the market is up, down, or sideways, there's going to be revenue going in. If we do make a bad trade, if we vote badly on something, it's always being topped up with real revenue, real mined coins.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the treasury is for everyone to diversify their exposure. Although I think the first project I've seen to mine different coins, 4 different coins, that's still centered on proof of work, whereas the treasury allows us to really open up. So yeah, it's going to be funded by the mining. So after that 6 months, there's going to be 20% going in there. And that's when things start to get incredibly exciting. We're going to be getting into, first and foremost, other NFT projects, probably focused on Cardano because most of our team are centered on Cardano. But if there's a great project on like Solana or Polygon, of course we will. And it's not going to be a dictatorship, of course. It's going to be an on-chain vote whenever we're getting into projects like this. But we will only consider projects with docs teams. Usually they need to have a real revenue source, something really exciting, you know. So for example, Whiskey's NFT, if you guys have seen that, they're launching on Cardano soon. They're taking some of the mint revenue and buying rare casks of whiskey, aging it and then selling it, and then the community gets a share in that. So it's like a fractionalized whiskey cask. That we'd be very excited about. Cursed Labs on Solana, that I haven't looked too much into it, but from what I saw, it looked incredible. They're buying property and then renting it out as Airbnb arbitrage. We'd probably get a few ghost chains so we can stake them for that flipper exposure. We can also do things like because we're mining so many different coins, exchanges need different coins all the time. If we provide an exchange with liquidity, normally you keep the coins plus interest. So that's another avenue you can go down. Also things like trading bots, real estate investing, things outside crypto. We could set up a Cardano staking pool even, and that would all go through the treasury. And then also we're going to have a lot of internal projects. So these are just some examples. It's not alpha, but like, let's say we were going to do a Goofy Gophers children's book, or we're going to do a limited merch line. We would put that through the treasury. So we would launch a proposal. We'd say, okay, these are going to be the costs. This is what we think it can generate in revenue, and then leave it to our community to decide. And they can also come to us with any ideas. And then maybe even some physical assets, like a really rare Pokemon card, wine, just any of these fun ideas. Our team's always thinking about things like that. And then long term, that treasury, and I'm not sure if it's there in the mind paper, it should be somewhere. We want the treasury to evolve into a startup incubator. So we don't want it to just be, okay, oh, we're getting financially involved in this project. We want projects coming to us at their earliest phase, talking to our community, and then if they're high potential, us helping them launch on Cardano. So not only are we bringing innovation to Cardano, we can also take a position early as our project and then really, really benefit our holders.
Nice. It sounds like you and your team have really thought about a lot of factors in for the project, which I love to hear. How many people are on your team?
So there's a few of us. There's me, the founder. There's Aaron, who was on my robotics degree. He's the community manager. We've then got Gustavo, our artist, and he's just been incredible. So we talked to hundreds of pixel artists. Very, very difficult. We would say, okay, we want a Goofy Gopher, and they draw like a 2-pixel sprite. But this guy really accomplished so much depth, and with the perspective and everything, and the color palette. So we knew he was our guy, and he did not only the assets, but also the background, the gorgeous one-of-ones. He's been really, really good. And then we also have a legal firm on retainer, because obviously a project like this, there's a lot to navigate.
Well,
I just realized I've gone dark.
You're good. I thought you put the black and white, like the filter on.
Yeah. It was like 1920s, 1930s. That's wrong.
It was good. It worked. That did bring me to a question, because we were talking about the treasury there, right? Which you guys are labeling, I guess, where the community can vote, and you guys are calling it the Juniper Room. But one question I've always had, and I think a lot of people have had about, especially depending on where they live, is when you guys mentioned legal right there, that you're consulting with that, is that how have you guys consulted with being able to pay people out and profit from what you guys make? How has that been as far as the legal talks? Have you guys thought into that about potentially making people run into a securities issue? What has been the conversation around that?
Yeah, so that was our first concern as well when we started this a year ago. So before we launched any marketing, before we even had a Discord or a Twitter, we were already talking to lawyers, because we knew this could be a really, really good idea and get a lot of attention. So we just wanted to make sure everything was done in the right way. So we've talked to 30 or more lawyers in all different countries, the US, the UK, Isle of Man, places like that. And there were some good lawyers. They all told us what we can do, but a lot of them try and scaremonger you. And worse than that, almost very few of these crypto lawyers out there know about crypto. They'll claim they've done like, oh, I've launched this exchange, but they if you get down to the bare bones, they know very little.
Right.
But then we found this firm that just exceeded all expectations. They had so much knowledge about staking, about exactly what we're doing. They've worked with some of the biggest reward projects on ETH. And there was just a difference in professionalism. They were so good at what they're doing. They reviewed our project straight away and gave an official legal opinion letter on how we're set up. That's in our Discord. And since then, we've worked with them to get our terms and conditions already on our website, our privacy policy. And yeah, so in a nutshell, we're setting up like a staking pool. So you'll come to our website, you'll stake your Gopher, and then you'll get potential rewards in a day. So we're fully compliant with all regulations today. Obviously, regulation's a big talking point at the moment, but with this legal firm, we're very well placed not only to meet today's regulation, but anything that comes. If we do have to register as a SEC in the future, it will be a headache, but it's not something we're scared of. It's something we're very able to handle with this legal firm. They're doing really, really well for us. Nice. And we're incorporated, by the way, in Cyprus, which is a very crypto-friendly jurisdiction.
I know, of all things, I think we were talking to Jason or Block is Hot the week before that, and they actually did the same thing. They were registered in Cyprus as well. It seems to be one of the friendly crypto havens for a lot of these companies. So it's good to hear. I'm just glad that, that was good over there. But no, it sounds to me like TJ was saying too, man, is that you guys have really done your research and have really thought this through. It's not something where you guys are kind of going along the, just seeing what happens. And then, hopefully you guys, it'll all work out. You guys seems, how long, and curious, we can jump into the staking and stuff after this, but how long have you guys been working on this project?
Yeah, so we started it about a year ago.
Okay.
So I got into NFTs fairly late, actually. But when I noticed them, when I saw what was happening, the boom, I was really, really excited. So as kind of a test in the water, I released a project on Polygon of all things, which is a sidechain of ETH. So it's very hard to build community or anything. But it was just a nice test my skills. I generated the project, and we gave some of the mint revenue to the British Heart Foundation. So it was a charity project. But then I got a lot more into NFTs. And I saw what was happening on Cardano, how the transaction was nearly instant. It was green. It was like sending a tweet. No real gas fees. They were negligible. And then, I just got much more into Cardano.
Awesome. Well, that's good to hear, man. I'm glad that, like you said, you guys haven't rushed this. It's very well thought out. You guys are consulting with the right people, and like you said, you seem like you've come prepared for this, which is really good. And the fact you guys have already released some of the collection out there in the wild, and it's been holding up very well. You guys are sitting at a 594 floor price. What was the original?
That's what I'm looking through right now. Don't even say it. And that's only the top level one.
I was going to ask for anybody curious, when you guys minted the first 1,000, what was the mint price for you guys?
Yeah, so we do everything in dollars because obviously we buy the miners in dollars. Right. So the pre-sale was $60, which at the time was $168.
Okay. Oh, nice. So, well, that's okay though, because like you said, we didn't miss the entire mint. We only missed a portion of the mint. So we do have.
So are you looking at those, Tommy, too? Because it's it's what I think 5 into the floor, you're already at 700. So and then right from there it goes to 800.
There's
right
a
away.
lot.
You're like 10 away from 800.
There's a reason for that, right? And this is where the fun part for me, when I started doing some research on this, and I'm sure you guys will have the same fun with this, is of starting to dig into the different professions. Because when you start to...
Before you get into professions, there is a quick question. Do whitelists stack? I think that's a good question even myself had before we talked to you about the whitelists.
No, they don't stack. So as much as we can, it's one per person.
Okay.
But if you do, let's say you win multiple, you can always give it to someone else. And that whitelist gives you 24 hours early access to our next phase.
Okay.
And it guarantees you, we haven't decided final yet, but probably 2 Gophers whitelist.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. And do you guys have a dollar amount price in mind? Are you going the dollar route, or are you guys going like just whatever ADA is at that time? Have you guys set that up yet?
Yeah, so when we announce it, we'll announce it in dollars, and then we'll announce the ADA price on the day of each phase, so we can get it as close to that dollar amount as possible. But our overall goal to get a good-sized mining operation with economies of scale at play is to raise 900K. So our main sale mint price is going to be an average of about $120.
Okay. All right. That makes sense then for what you guys are doing. And like I said, it ties directly to the miners. You guys have got it all spelled out here. And this is where the gamification part starts to get in there, which also shout out to you guys, because the artwork, like you said, your artist is awesome, man. Like, I love the look of these things. It reminds me of like video games, man. The Oracle is probably one of my favorites. The little that's a brain, right? That's popping out of their head.
That is a brain, yes.
Okay. So you guys have these different professions here, which, like, Tom, you're kind of looking on that floor over there, which I didn't realize this when I was over there. Why I was so frustrated with JPEG when I was doing this is that the properties don't all show up over there that are inside the metadata, but that's because these are all on chain, right?
Yeah, so for whatever reason, JPEG is quite bad at handling on-chain NFTs. So it works better on CNFT tools, but on JPEG, you can't really see the traits.
Right.
In a recent demo I saw of Flipper, it's looking great on Flipper. You can filter everything, even like to one-of-ones, things like that, anything in the metadata. And we're going further than that. We've set a new standard of metadata. So we've done it in a new way. And we worked with Flipper on this, so it works natively on their platform. But once we launch, once Flipper launches, you'll be able to see the story behind every gopher. I can't reveal exactly what that means UI-wise, but the metadata is going to be a much more immersive way than what we've seen before.
Okay. I like that, though. So there is a lot of different boosts and different things that are going inside the metadata versus, like you said, what you're seeing currently out there. But there's also a reason for the sharp jump in some of these prices over here, because if you go back to the professions, it gives me vibes of a little bit of like Ape Society in a way, in a certain way, just because I guess the royals, right? I'm thinking of like the kings and stuff like that. So with that in mind over here, can you guys explain or just kind of go into a little bit about the thought process behind creating this, and then we can kind of jump into some of what these different things do?
Yeah, so the thought process is there have been a few NFTs that have done staking and paid out in different things, but I guess other than Ape Society, very few were gamified. And the whole team are gamers, like we've hours in Skyrim, we're all nerds. So we just thought investing does not have to be boring. The whole point of NFTs is for it to be fun and engaging and accessible for anyone. So rather than looking at these mining charts of how profitable it is today, these different candlestick charts, just mint a gopher, and it's not binary, it's not all split equally. So we thought, why not make it random which gopher you get when you mint, and have them all do different fun things within the ecosystem.
Yeah, I love that right here. And there's something for everybody. Like you said, there becomes a gamification aspect of it, where between the main three, you got them all broken in between apprentices, experts, and masters. So you have different tiers there. But then between the miners, wizards, and warriors, the warriors get a little bit of boost to mining and treasury, where the wizards are stuck directly to the treasury, and the miners obviously are on the mining payouts. And then obviously the higher you go up in I guess expertise over there, the more stuff that they give you out. And then you've got these little curveballs over here, the merchants, the oracles, thieves, and then obviously the royals at the top. Can you explain like what was the obviously this makes sense over here, getting boosts and certain things like to that, but was this something like that you guys knew you wanted to have some fun with by introducing these different ones up here?
Yeah, we tried to be, in every single aspect, we tried to be as imaginative as possible. So every single asset is on a theme. We had a whole theming diagram that we made. We have quite a deep lore that someone I met when I was studying abroad, actually, he's now a published fantasy author. He worked with us on the lore, so it is quite engaging and deep. So yeah, we thought, why not have fun and depth? It's nice with the professions because it's quite simple in a way. If you mint a merchant, it's probably going to give you secondary market royalties. If you mint a miner, it's probably going to give you a boost to mining. But then there is a lot of depth for those willing to look. So you can see there, like royals have 3 votes whenever we do an on-chain vote. Okay. But yeah, just to give you a quick summary of the rarer ones then. So thieves, there's 399. For thieves, a subset of thieves, so 50 of them, each time we get a payout, gets all of the payouts for thieves. Okay. So they get a much bigger payout, and that's a complete random algorithm. So one thief in theory could get lucky like every time. It's a fun lottery one, and Nice. They don't pay any king tax, by the way. So they're the only ones that don't pay that tax to the royal. Okay. We've then got oracles, the second rarest. There's going to be 100 of them. I think we did 10 in pre-sale to have a slight favorability in the drop rate. But oracles are a really fun one, and we haven't really seen this anywhere else. But let's say we're paying out Q2, the oracles will submit a prediction for Q3, something like the price of ADA, our secondary market volume, Bitcoin mined, something like that. The closest 3 out of those 100 get the payout for all 100. So they get 33 Gophers payout each. So they'll get a big one. So that's kind of a lottery one with some skill involved as well. And then merchants, as I touched on, they get a share in secondary market royalties, which is good if you're bullish on the long-term future of the project and new people getting in. And then royals get that 3% tax on all the other Gophers except thieves.
Those top 4 professions, how many have been minted already with the first release? Do you know of each of them?
Yeah, I mean, I could get you the exact numbers. Offhand, it'll be about 10%.
So far, so 10% merchants have been minted, and oracles, thieves, and royals. Yes.
So that makes sense though. So this is where I was saying, like, for like people, if they're not paying attention on the secondary, if they're minting these, like, really you need to pay attention to what you mint. Or
no,
don't.
That the ranks too, though. The ranks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tommy, I'm trying to buy some here. Be quiet.
Yeah, right. That's the alpha over there.
Well, do you have JPEG Store opened up too? Because I just wanted to mention, like, as you're talking about the creation process, because one of the things that it just reminded me of is all the different characters you have. Since they have so much like personality, we loved like Ape Society. I think we were kind of taken away or noticed them at first because of the names. That was kind of what like we just really stood out at first. And I mean, some of these names are. I was curious how you guys went through this process. Was this like a random name generator, or did you guys have to come up with each one of these? Because some of them are fantastic.
Yeah, thank you for noticing that, Tom. So we wanted every single Gopher to create a connection with their holder. So the easiest way to do that is with names. So for the more common ones, like apprentices, that's randomly generated. But for the rare ones, so royals, merchants, thieves, oracles, and masters, I personally named them manually, so I did it for like a week. I remember my mum called because the time difference is 5 hours in the UK. It was 9 a.m. for her, about 4 a.m. for me, and she was like, "Why are you up?" And I was like, "I'm just naming Gophers, Mum."
That's funny.
No big deal. Just hanging out naming some Gophers.
Any inspiration on where you're getting some of these names from?
Just years of fantasy, like Harry Potter, Skyrim, just things like that. And then there's actually more to the metadata than just the names. So you won't be able to see it all till Flipper comes out. But one thing I can say is every single Gopher has a location. So we made a map basically, and we thought like, oh, warriors, a lot of warriors should be here. Or miners should be in like Bagshire Mine, the pits, things like that. So every single Gopher has a location as well.
Okay. Yeah, because you got the Emerald City here for the Emerald Duke over here.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
And then like the long-term vision there is once we do staking, we want to get a cartographer to draw us a really detailed map so that when you stake your Gopher, you can see that area of the map light up where your Gopher lives.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Dude, again, shout out to the artists over here, because these, again, I really do enjoy the artwork over here outside of all the stuff that you've got going in built behind these. They are very fun. And somebody was saying that there's literally no royals listed right now on the secondary market. You got a couple oracles over here, and then that's it. So it is really cool to see what you guys have built over here. So I know a lot of people are going to ask, because we're getting, it's already been 40 minutes over here, so this is going to move quick. So the current way we talked about whitelisting for the next mint over here is going to be through owning a Gopher currently, if you have one already, and you guys are saying it's either 1 or 2, so you guys are leaning towards 2. The other way is to go ahead and get a whitelist. Is this going to be an all whitelist mint?
No, definitely not. We don't really agree with that, because we don't want to shut anyone out of the project just because they discovered it late. So the whitelist will be 24-hour early access.
Okay.
But we'll make sure the supply is enough to cover the whitelist and a lot of public.
Okay, perfect.
And the price will be the same, because we don't believe in like charging more if you're not on the whitelist, anything like that.
Got it. So pretty much if you are in the whitelist, you have a set number, like I said, 24 hours before you can mint. So there's no stress, no rush or anything like that. As long as you have that whitelist and a register with your wallet, you are guaranteed to get it as long as you do it in that time frame.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. I love that. I love that. No stress over there, because I know, though, that's the thing, though, is you go over there and can you imagine like minting one of the royals or something fun, or you're just like, oh man, that's going to be such an intense process.
Well, we learned from our pre-sale, because we only had 1,000 and we had a lot of people knocking at the door. We were able to handle the volume quite well, but we only gave, I think, 2 hours for whitelist, which really wasn't long enough. So yeah, we've learned now, just give 24 hours, no stress for anyone.
Yeah. Well, I guess what we want to do over here, and this we can keep this moving as we move towards some of as we wrap up a little bit about what you guys have going on, which we'll touch on the last thing right there, which is some of these learning sessions. But we do have 10 whitelist spots that we're going to do on stream, as well as some stuff on Twitter. And TJ, do you have Nightbot up at all?
I'm pulling it up now to make sure it's in there. Okay, good.
So what we'd like to do, Ryan, is do a keyword for the chat. Get chat to kind of blow up a little bit. So if you have over in the private chat that we have, give us a one word or something just together, and we'll go ahead and we'll get that entered in and put it into the stream. And we'll do 5 of these right now. So anything you want. We've had some people do some funny stuff. We've had whatever, something easy, doesn't matter. But you can throw it in the private chat with us, and we'll go ahead and enter that in. And then this will give everybody the opportunity to go ahead and win a whitelist spot, which, if you guys are entering this and you already own a Gopher, do not enter because it doesn't stack. We touched on that a little bit earlier. So if you guys win and have one, you guys can gift. I did see that earlier. I saw somebody over there. I don't know if it was Hugs Not Rugs or somebody wanted to gift somebody one because they already had a Gopher and they won a whitelist spot. If they win something like that, do they just need to open a ticket over in
yeah, just open a ticket and we'll give it to someone else, or you can nominate someone.
Okay.
But yeah, lots of ways to get on the whitelist. Not only, well, if you hold a Gopher, you get one automatically, but also if you boost the server, we'll notice that just the most active chatters, helping to build hype, eliminate any FUD. Just people that we see all the time, and we always do fun games as well. So for example, one of our one-of-ones is called Wilton the Wanderer. So he's like this frozen warrior that no one can find. So we did a Where's Waldo themed picture, and you had to find him 8 times. The first 10
That's funny.
got whitelist. We're always doing more traditional things like Rumble. We did Rumble 2 weeks ago with 700 people, and somehow I won.
I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, did you see the chat over there, or do you want to just we can set it up over here for a keyword? Did you not type it over? Oh, did you put it in Discord? No, a different chat.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, just wanted to. We'll get a keyword. Otherwise, we can pick one and we'll run it real quick. Yeah, that's perfect.
Let me type
All right. All right. So TJ, you get that set up.
Yep.
I'll put it in. You good?
Yep.
All right, guys. The word that everybody needs to go ahead and enter in is !Goofy, and this is going to get you entered into 5 winners we're going to have for this. We can back that off a little bit while that's going through. And then the as far as whitelisting and stuff goes, once they need to be obviously over inside your guys' Discord. And then you guys haven't had like a wallet registration or anything ready, right? They just will get assigned a role if they end up winning one of these.
Yeah, you'll get assigned a role for now, and then we'll deal with that once we have the official announcement up for the main sale.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. And then you guys are going to be doing some sort of wallet registration system, right? Because it's prior to all this, so they'll need to go ahead and submit that.
Yeah, you'll have to submit and verify your wallet.
All right, I'm talking to you, Ryan, over there. If you end up winning one of these, do not forget to do that. We had a buddy of ours.
Ryan.
He runs a podcast. You guys should. I don't know if you guys have talked to them or not. Ryan and Devon from NFG podcast, but he won a Jelly Cubes whitelist spot way back before the first mint, and then he forgot to register his wallet and mint it.
Oh,
yeah. So we always go back to him. It's like, make sure you follow up with these.
That's the ones.
Yeah, Dusty Death. How do you spell Goofy? There you go.
So
exclamation point. TJ, how many people got loaded up?
43 viewers, 29 eligible right now. So exclamation point Goofy.
These will get 5 of these. We got a few more people. We'll let this run for 1 more minute, and then we'll go ahead and get this first one picked up.
5 times.
Yes, we'll get this 5, and then we'll do another 5 right before the end of the stream over here, and then we'll jump into some of the last topic over here, which is some of the learning sessions and stuff for you guys that you guys are doing. And then if there's anything that you guys have question-wise for Ryan or the team over there, feel free to drop a comment inside the description, and we'll get a little rapid-fire maybe questions right here before we end the stream.
All right, in 10 seconds, I'm going to roll this thing.
All right. And again, if you guys have already got a NFT for a Gopher, do not enter this because it does not stack.
All right, I'm going to roll it. First one. High gaming. Let me write that down.
Here, I can do that over there, or you want to do that? So high gaming is one. The
Roll
first.
it again.
Yep.
Dusty Death.
High game. TJ, are you typing these?
Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah.
Put it in our chat. The third one is Crypto Kitty.
There you go.
Some solid names.
There you
Fourth
go. Oh,
one
that's a
is-
Space Otter.
Fourth one is Ben Cox.
There we go. Number 4.
Number 5, .com. Congrats.
There you go. Perfect. Congrats, guys. You got the .com pop up? Oh, there it is. Awesome. Congrats, guys. What we'll have to do is, if you guys can either message me or TJ, TOMMY or Lazy T, over on Discord, and we'll go ahead and screenshot your YouTube name on this over here, just so we can verify that it's you, and then we'll send your Discord names over to Ryan and the team, and just make sure that you guys are joined over inside the Goofy Gophers Discord in order to get that role assigned.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect. Okay. One of the last things that we had on the list tonight, but curious, was some of these learning sessions. Because again, outside of just obviously, it's some complex stuff. I've learned quite a bit already about the mining portion of this, and then just some general knowledge I did not know about. What kind of?
Tell me. Yes, Crypto Kitty, join our Discord and send either myself, Lazy T, or TOMY a message, and we'll get you squared away with the whitelist with them.
Yeah, we have the podcaster role, so we have a green name on there. But yeah, just message either TOMY or Lazy T. Over on the Discord, or you can find our names over in Goofy Gophers as well. One of the two. But yes, so the learning sessions that you guys are looking to do, Ryan, what exactly are you guys planning?
Yeah, so thanks for that question, because it's often overlooked. But in our mine paper, one of the things we want to do is have these mastermind sessions. So as a team, starting this a year ago, all of us have learned so much. Like I knew a bit about the mining and the finance side, and we knew different things, but we didn't necessarily know all the ins and outs of like crypto tax, the crypto legal stuff, getting incorporated. I've done it with one business before, but doing it like in Cyprus was a whole new thing. And we just noticed a lot of our community are teaching each other things all the time, which is really inspiring.
Yeah.
And the people that were there early, you can tell they know a lot more about mining now, because like one of the attractions of a Gopher is it's so easy just to buy one, then you get that exposure to mining. But we thought, why not do that? So we do the heavy lifting, but also teach them about mining, because now they're exposed to it. Maybe they want to learn a bit about it. So we've already started it on our YouTube channel. We've already uploaded a mining profitability video, so it's quite general.
That's sick.
It goes over how you should think about mining profitability, the determinant factors, of which there's 4: the electricity price, the machine price, the difficulty, and the price of crypto. So we just go through that equation, and then we go through using our actual costs, 4 different scenarios. So one is Bitcoin and crypto halves, and we're actually still profitable if that happens, which is really, really good, bear market resistant. Then we did today's profitability. Then we did if we see a 50% market recovery. And then we did if it hits all-time highs, which was when it just gets insane. So things like that. One of the first big ones we have booked is with one of the UK's leading crypto tax experts. So I feel like people really don't know about crypto tax, especially NFT tax. But this guy is high up there. He worked on the UK's first ever Bitcoin legal case. So he's really into NFTs as well. So he's going to come on. Anyone can look at any questions, ask him anything. But yeah, we can see like how buying and selling NFTs works for tax, how staking works if you stake your NFT. It's going to be a really, really exciting one. Then we want to get on a lawyer possibly. And we don't want to keep it all into crypto either. Anyone that's an expert in their field, if they're like an expert coder or an expert Forex trader, or even like health and wellness stuff, like someone that does gym videos or healthy eating, we want to get them on. Anything that our community can learn from, so we can grow together.
Just another layer in utility for the Gophers. I love it.
Exactly. And once we have that revenue stream, well, we've already got it now, there's just so many exciting things we can do. Most projects rely on new investors coming in for revenue, but we'll have that consistent revenue stream. So any exciting ideas, like maybe the children's book or a game or these mastermind sessions, we have that revenue stream to support it. So we really can try different things and diversify as much as possible.
Yeah. That's perfect. I remember actually watching this video a little while back over here, and again, it explains like how the actual cost is calculated out, how you guys are calculating the revenue based on each of these machines. It gives you like like you said, definitions for a lot of this stuff that people may not know. So again, the education side of this is really cool, and then again, it breaks down all the stuff that you guys are investing in for the project and how you guys are basically planning to get through this this period of time right now, eventually into when things get more profitable over in the bull market once that happens.
Are you saying we're supposed to be paying taxes on crypto? Is that what you're saying? That's news to me. You guys know that? Tommy, we're supposed to be paying taxes on this.
I hit the no check box. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I love that you guys have multiple layers to this right now. So I'm looking at
a lot going on, a lot behind the scenes for sure. That's amazing.
Yeah, perfect. Well, if anybody has any questions for Ryan over in chat here before we get ready to wrap up, feel free to drop them over there. If you guys want to know anything else about the project, I know we're looking forward to it. As far as like potential mint date, I know you guys are waiting on Flipper to get some things finalized. Do you guys have like a Q1 kind of timeline, like February? Or what are you guys thinking?
Oh yeah, 100% Q1. So yeah, on our side, we've recently finished the token generation. So including the one of ones, we've got them all drawn. It's one of one for each profession, one of one for each profession, 2 for royals. So it all ties into our lore. There's 1 for Juniper, the Lost Royal, Aldricus, etc. So that's all done. We're just waiting for Flipper to launch now. They're entering the final stages from what we've seen. Really, really exciting stuff. We've also seen what the Gophers look like on Flipper, and it is quite something. That's so awesome. When they launch, we'll give them probably 2 weeks to troubleshoot. And then, yeah, we'll be moving into GGMC main sale. All announcements will be on Twitter and our official Discord, so just look out for that.
Are you doing this full time now?
What's that, sorry?
Are you doing this full time now?
I'm still working a little bit on the side, but this is, to be honest, yeah, my full-time focus.
Nice.
Awesome.
I like that.
That's awesome, man. I love the work that you guys have put into this. It really shows with where you guys are at right now. You guys, like I said, I've seen a lot of what you guys are doing, but more recently, I've seen more talk starting to happen about the project. So it's really good to learn about this and then get a deep dive for what you guys are trying to accomplish inside this space. It's something different. And I'm glad that you guys have consulted with like legal and different things to make sure that you guys are doing the right thing and looking out for the holders who are potentially investing in you.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Thank you for the kind words. We are quite different to most projects. I think only 10% of NFT projects that we see today will be there in 10 years, and it will be the ones with physical real world utility. So we're really, really excited by that revenue stream with some of the biggest coins in crypto that's going to be consistently coming in. And then, as I say, that gives us a vehicle to try different things. This foundation is just the start. There's so many things we can do in the future as new things come up, like setting up a staking pool, different GGMC projects, the startup incubator. It's a really, really exciting time.
It's a real win-win situation for me. Like, as far as I say win-win, it's a win-win for you guys as the project, and it's a win for the holders too, as far as being profitable and having so much utility for holding the Gophers. So I'm very excited to mint this. We did have a question from Green Fingers. How do you know your whitelist is confirmed, and do you have to register a wallet somewhere? I think you've answered that before, but I don't know if they've heard that yet or not.
Yeah, so just check the role in the Discord or open a ticket and we can check for you. And then once we make the announcement, there'll be a channel saying verify wallet. So you'll go to that if you have the role, and then you'll be able to confirm your wallet address.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, I think as we get towards the back end here, we've got 5 more of these whitelist spots that we'll do on the live stream here. And then I think we'll stay tuned to Twitter this week, and we'll go ahead and get the rest of those set up for everybody. we got one more keyword to go ahead and run. And again, we maybe in the private chat over here, Ryan, you want to throw something in there, whatever you want to do, and we'll get those perfect. That's an easy one right there. So let me make sure I type that right here. Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, well, no, let me see. Yeah, I got it. You made me second guess it when you said that. Like,
oh, I was second guessing myself over here.
Like, wow, how can you second guess that?
Yeah. Oh man, it looks like the camera's starting to get in the way from me, but we'll deal with it. All right. Perfect. There you go.
Closed captions to your box specifically.
It's okay. As long as you can hear me, we're good to go. And if you guys see the screen over there that you can visual cue, !Royal will get you entered in for a chance to win one of the whitelist spots. We'll have 5 of them up for grabs. We'll give you guys about a minute over here to get that entered in. If you guys have already owned a Gopher, do not enter. If you guys want a whitelist spot already on the previous, definitely don't enter. Otherwise, you have to give it up and trade it away, and we'll pick somebody. That's the rule over here. Yeah, dude, I'm Brian. I really appreciate you jumping on over here tonight, though. It's been really cool, good to get to know you a little bit, and like I said, you guys seem very
professional.
Yeah,
thought out.
100%.
Thank you. Yeah, well, thanks for having us on. It's been really, really fun. Your guys' professionalism really shows, and that you are going to be one of the top shows on Cardano. I think you already are. There's a reason our community suggested you guys from day one. And yeah, it's been really good. Hopefully we can come on again when we've got some more things to show, like the treasury and whatnot.
Oh, very kind of you say that. We appreciate that,
dude. Yeah, we try to do our best over here, and like I said, we like to have fun, and I'm glad we like to get to know who you guys are too behind all this stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's always NFT profit utility. What are you guys doing for me? And then a lot of the times we forget that there's people and a team behind these projects. And take the money factor away from that. So it's good to get a chance to know who you guys are and where you guys come from, and providing this project to the community.
Yeah, 100%. Next time we'll have to bring more of the team, but they're in the UK. Aaron is, so it's like 2 a.m.
It's late, right?
We toyed with the idea of doing maybe a once a month weekend some stream or stuff like that for people,
for our UK viewers.
Yeah, not just UK, just overseas viewers that have different time zones and stuff. So we toyed with that idea.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, okay, I think we should be good to go. If you guys are not entered in, !Royal, we'll give you guys about 10 seconds, and then yeah, we'll get this out wrapped up. And yeah, dude, shout out to Rena Red. She did recommend us over to them, and I know there's a couple other inside the community. I know Donnie Diamonds was another one who was talking about this, and a few others. So shout out to the community from Gophers for getting this.
Yeah, I remember we asked our mods the week the Discord launched, and I think that was the first one they said, Freedom 35ers.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
We appreciate it.
I love that.
All right, well, let's get these 5 ready to go. TJ, you want to run that?
3, 2, 1. Sir. Hold on, let me write this down first.
There you go. That's an easy one. I thought it was SIR, but SCR, that works. Sir, congrats.
A Bloom Burn. The Wild Tank PFP. Dope.
Nice. I like it.
Decolonize Cardano. I think they've won before. I like calling the name.
That name definitely sounds familiar. We always get our usual suspects over here that always get him.
Grimmy. Shout out to Grimmy.
There we go. Unofficial mod, official meme master. For
Arrow
sure.
Art.
And then Arrow Art.
And Moose Slayer.
Is that 5 or 6, TJ? You just go rogue on us?
That's 5. That's 5. I got it typed out.
Okay.
Fact check me.
Just double checking, keep you on your toes.
You're just about to buy one off JPEG Store.
There you go. Awesome, dude. Congrats, guys. To all the winners, shoot either TOMMY or Lazy T over in the F35 Discord, or you can find us over in the Goofy Gophers Discord. A message, just screenshot your YouTube name over there so we can verify you guys with who you are, especially if you have a different Discord name. Make sure to drop that in the message to us. We'll get you guys your info. Make sure you're over in the Goofy Gophers Discord prior to sending us that, so that way when he goes to look for you, Ryan, he's not you're not there, you disappeared, and he can't assign you that role. So just make sure you guys are good to go. And congrats to everybody who won tonight. Again, we will stay tuned to Twitter this week. I think we'll go ahead and we'll do some more giveaways for that. And other than that, Ryan, we appreciate you jumping on tonight. It's been an honor.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
Definitely
thank you so
anytime.
much. Congrats to the winners. If you didn't win, hop in our Discord. There's a million other ways to get involved. But yeah, really enjoyed the hour. Thank you guys. Just closing remarks, I guess. We're not another project paying out in like Dollar Goof. The payouts are going to be in ADA. We're not another metaverse. We're doing everything differently. We're doing everything with depth. And quick plug for, I think you have Space Otters coming on. I love Space Otters. We did this big Cardano quiz when our Discord first launched. So it was like the biggest Cardano projects we would feature a question on them and they'd send NFT prizes. The first one to sign up was Space Otters. So it was really great with them and it was a good time.
That's awesome. I love that. Space Otters I'm a big fan of the project, and I'm excited to get Mr. Krister over here, Chris. So it'll be dope. But yes, Ryan, thank you so much. We look forward to definitely having you on again as you guys continue to launch. We wish you guys the best of luck with the overall mint, and can't wait to see how that works over on Flipper. Something fresh, something different, something new. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a very smooth mint. Thanks so much for having me, guys. See you soon.
Awesome.
Take
it easy.
Good night.
Take it easy.
Alrighty. I don't know if it's my the battery over here. Maybe it like burns out after a little bit after the charge goes out, or it's that chat. The chat gets a little bit lit when we do those giveaways. But
no, they get your camera and the cord you're talking about.
It is the cord. Yeah, I'm plugged into a USB hub, so we'll deal with that, and that's fine. But yes, big shout out to Ryan for jumping onto the stream tonight. It was awesome to get to learn a little bit more about them, and honestly, that makes me a little bit even more excited after to get a chance to chat with him and learning about what they've got and how well put together it is.
Just his enthusiasm, like I'm ready to go. Like he was got excited about it, and the way he presented it came prepared. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll transition a little bit now to a project that I'm a huge fan of, and I know you guys have heard me talk about on the show, and you guys have gotten involved a little bit over there. So we want to go ahead and bring this a little bit more attention, I think, to the CNFT space, because this project, in my opinion, is severely underrated. But it's also a really unique project in the sense that these missions are interactive and they get different communities involved in a way like I haven't seen yet inside the CNFT space. So we're going to bring on the founder here. We're going to bring on Chris from Space Otter Society. Chris, welcome onto the stream, man.
Welcome on the show.
Yeah,
absolutely, sounds good.
So much better than the last night. You were good to go.
Yeah, you both were struggling last night.
Yes. Well, doing awesome, man. It's great to have you onto the stream right now.
Are we supposed to be able to see him? There we go. What's going on here? And we just lost Tommy. He's not in stream though. You haven't pulled him in yet, Tommy or TJ.
I put him in. He's right here. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm watching the YouTube stream. Talking about, what are you smoking? All right, guys, just us tonight. There we go. Fantastic.
It just booted.
New system's working flawlessly.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I see myself.
Oh man, I don't even know what just happened. My computer just went blank over there.
You guys started talking to him. He wasn't even in chat yet for everyone.
Wow. I don't know
what just happened. I just got kicked. Tommy got kicked. That was wild.
Hey, shout out to you, Curly Knox. Always love the comments over there. Professionalism, boys, we love it. Hey, I love it. There couldn't have been a stream where it just went perfect, right? It never goes that way when we do these. But all right, we got everybody here. I was trying to change the logo on the top for the Space Otters, and then it just completely shut down on me.
You got me kicked too. Good job.
That's funny. Oh, Chris, yes, welcome onto the stream. We are honored to have you on here tonight, and glad to finally catch up with you on the channel. How you doing?
Oh, yeah. I'm great. Thanks for asking, man. It's good to be on with you guys. Been a big fan since I started kind of getting into the CNFT space and found you guys, of course. So it's good to finally make this happen. I would say that's a very, good entrance for me. I just show up and then everything breaks.
Yes.
And we just go on with our day. That sounds about like how my week went.
And it's gone. Yeah.
Well, it's just great to hear the founder, talk about Space Otter outside of Tommy just telling us all the time about it. I can't wait to talk to you about it.
Yeah, no worries, man. He's like, he knows kind of more than I do. I think sometimes funny. When I was on this other stream, I was having some audio troubles and Tommy was on there with me, and Tommy just started filling it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shut up because he's doing a great job.
Don't fill his head. He's not that good. He don't fill his head.
Well, I mean, I didn't plan on getting this involved with Space Otters, to be honest with you. It was a big shout out to our community. Shout out to Grimmy, shout out to Masa, shout out to Wunge, shout out to Shiny and a few others over there. But they were the ones who really kept pushing for us to kind of take a look at you guys, because you minted back, was it September or October of last year? Or maybe
it was the tail end of August into September.
Okay.
So we kind of had a slow, we had a slow mint. But yeah, it was not too long ago, but it seems like a long time ago in the CNFT space.
Right. So when you guys, they're forever known inside your Discord now as the FOMO bot. When the minter started happening, like inside the Discord, one of the things that drew me to you guys was the fact that you had all this technology kind of like ready to go right as you guys were minting. So we're in the Discord, and anytime an Otter got minted, it would just like pop up and everybody would be like, oh, which one is this? Who's getting what? And it was really fun. And then it just became like the FOMO started to kick in. And then I just remember being a part of that and just kept minting. And I was like, this is really cool. I really like this. I like the vibe over there. You guys had some funny memes, and it was just a fun conversation. And then like 60 Otters later, I'm just like, oh, wow, this is fun. You guys sold out. And then I had to like take a step back, like, all right, what did we just do here? But it was really cool to see you guys really just have stuff ready to go right at the start. Because like literally like a day and a half after mint, you guys had staking ready to go. And in your platform with Ada Anvil, right? You have a partnership with them. And can you kind of just go, I guess, like high level for anybody who doesn't know who Space Otters are, what exactly like your project is and what you guys are looking to accomplish?
Yeah, of course. And before I even get into that, I just want to say, you were kind of talking about how we had a lot of things ready to go. And one of the reasons I like the project that you just had on was because they seemed very similar in that aspect, and maybe even better with respect to a lot of the stuff that they got like ready to go and a plan for. And I think that's where the CNFT space is going. Like you're going to need to tell everyone what you got going on, what you're planning to use the money for, and kind of have a little bit more of a professional component to your project to really 100%. Be successful now. So it's 100%. Good to see those projects, coming in and getting that attention and people actually flocking to them, instead of just kind of the next hype mint that no one even knows what they're doing with the funds.
Well, absolutely.
So yeah, Space Otter Society, we're I would say, what it boils down to, the lowest, common denominator for us is we're a interactive lore and story based kind of adventure with a heavy emphasis on utility that brings value to our holders. So we have kind of the two main things that we do are we have interactive community based events that we call missions, which are very engaging, very, in your face. You need to solve puzzles, answer questions, get through challenges in order to complete it. And then we also have a staking mechanism which generates, tokens as you stake, and you can use those tokens, which we call, for us, they're shells, to purchase NFTs from our Otter Mart, which we already have up and running in our marketplace. So you can basically stake, you earn shells, and then you can buy NFTs that our community votes on. So you're buying like a real asset. And we already have that kind of up and running.
Yeah, I think like I said, you guys don't have a big collection too. It's a total of 3,750 of these. But the staking mechanism for you guys, and I didn't really put two and two together with the missions right away. But the staking mechanism you have and the partnership with Anvil was one of the big draws for me. Was just the stuff the tech that you guys had. It was very seamless. It was super easy to do. And then, like I said, your ecosystem was pretty much like online, like kind of from like day one. And you mentioned the shells, and we can get into the Otter Mart and all that stuff and submissions. But how important was it for you guys? Because you did mention, I think when we were talking off stream, about how like you guys minted in like one of the like toughest sections of the bear market last year. But was it some sort of like a blessing in disguise, because it wasn't like one of the most hyped mints, but it sold out and has such a diamond hand community behind it?
Absolutely. So I would say a big important factor for us was actually our partnership with Anvil. During that time, it was a hard time for all projects minting. I mean, even really, there were so few really, really hyped projects during that time because things were just really sparse. And so we ended up it was kind of personal reasons with some of the team members as to why we minted when we did. But I was joking around the other day, but I think I was serious. I'm pretty serious when I say it was probably the worst possible time to start a mint in terms of the bear market. It was just a rough time. But it actually ended up being a blessing in disguise, as you said, because the slow mint kind of eliminated all of the like the flippers, the people that were there maybe not for the best reasons. And the people that saw what we were building and they believed in it, they read the white paper and they were just like, there's something here. They stuck around, they minted anyway. And after a couple of weeks, the momentum just kept building. And eventually we got a full sellout with a community full of people that were, diamond handers. And so like, even to this day, I think right after we sold out, we've really never had more than like 4 to 5% of our NFTs listed on JPEG. And I think that just shows you, people want to hold it. They know what they're getting and they don't want to give it up. It's pretty incredible to see.
With that new mission you have today, the floor jumped to 88. I know we were talking last night and it wasn't that, so that people have been buying today.
People are getting excited. Like you said, there's 3,750 of these otters. There's only 141 for sale right now. And one of the main things that you guys kind of to touch into like some of the lore and what you guys have is these professions over here. And there's 5 different ones, with the Otternauts being the rarest, which are at 10% of the supply. And early on, if you held an Otternaut, was it 5 or 6 otters? I can't remember for this ship when you guys first came out.
You needed to have 6. Yeah, 6, you needed to have an Otternaut and then 5 of any others.
5. Right. And so that was like one of the first things for you guys. So if you guys, that was a free airdrop to anybody who had held that team over there, which I know we haven't gotten into, we will get into over there, but these spaceships are going to play a role into some of these more down the line on missions over here. So if you do, you have 350 of these as well. But I guess we can kind of take it back real quick over there. I agree. I'm in the same boat with Masa over here. But one of the unique things about your project are these missions. They're unlike anything I've seen inside the space, and it gets the community kind of to rally together. Like, again, I haven't seen something like this inside of the NFT scene. In the sense that you guys log into the Discord on mission day, which today is mission technically 3, even though there was a 0 mission before that.
Yeah.
Right. So, and this is the partnership now, the second partnership. We had Happy Hoppers on the second one, and we have the Block Investment Group, or Jelly Cubes, that are featured inside of this one, called Mirror Image. I know we wanted to try to run a trailer, and I can maybe run it. Well, I don't know if it's going to play over here. We'll see how that runs. Can you guys hear audio or no? I don't want you to hear audio.
No.
Perfect.
No,
okay.
That's not.
So we'll let that run over here. But you guys drop these. I love when mission day happens. Can you explain a little bit about like this? Because again, we've got some lore and some story that's over here, and it kind of picks up from where the last one left off. Like, can you explain a little bit of base about what these missions are and what we're kind of seeing maybe here in some of these graphics?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said at the beginning, one of the main pillars of the project is that it's a interactive lore and story-based event. Project. And so we have a overarching kind of storyline and lore that goes along with the project. And, it has the starting point was when we minted, right before we minted. And then the end point is, not determined, or I should say not known by the community. And so the story that we are going for, it's really about the adventure. What do the otters get into? And so in the Discord, in between missions, we'll have a couple of posts from the perspective of the captain of the Space Otter mission. And, he'll talk in kind of past tense about what happened and his memories of certain events. And then when it gets to an interesting point, we kind of zoom in, I would call it. And we have one of these live events. So when something happens that triggers, that was more exciting, we have one of these live events where we build out one of these missions. And so with these, we create an event where you have to go into the Discord and you answer questions, solve puzzles, you go through the experience that the otters went through, and then you kind of learn the story. You experience the story rather than just kind of read it. And so we generate these trailers before we create any or before we post about any of our new missions. We usually post them a few days beforehand, so you can get an idea of what the theme of the mission is going to be about. There's usually not anything super specific, but there are usually a lot of clues. inside of the trailers as to, you know, what you might need to do, what you might be experiencing, even some potential answers to the questions or puzzles. And so we know that people start to look at them pretty closely now. I think you guys are figuring that out, or everyone seems to be.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't know if the video broke the stream over there. Crypto Kitty was saying, so I don't know if that was going, or hopefully everybody got a chance to see that. If not, make sure to go ahead and check out the Twitter over there. But yeah, no, I love that, because over inside the Discord, like you were saying, is you guys have like the captain's log. I see if I can bring that back up, because that is very interesting with how you guys set this up. It's almost like it's just a continuation of the story over here from the perspective of the captain, the Otternaut Atari over here. And basically, it's like, is it almost like a past reflection of the future of what we're about to get into, essentially, is what it feels like. Is that the way that it's written?
Yeah, so it's basically written like someone is telling a story, and, you know, telling it to someone right now, but it already happened. And I think it took people a few posts to kind of figure that out, but even someone today mentioned that they just realized that, and, you know, they were like, oh wow, that's some detail I didn't notice before. It made them wonder kind of what's going to happen, you know, where's that going.
Oh, it's like you said, it's in the past tense over here. So like you said, if you like use it, like everything seems to be a clue inside of this. And like you said, to kind of start these things off over inside the mission HQ or the FAQ, you pretty much need to go, I don't know if I have it over here. Mission proof is where it starts. Yes. So you guys start these missions off nowadays. And again, if you're a Jelly Cube holder, right, there's different ways. You don't necessarily need to have an Otter this go around, right? You can actually have a Jelly Cube and be a guest this week for this mission, since it's a collab.
Right. So one of the ways that we're generating revenue for the project, and also generating additional NFTs to put in our Otter Mart, except for, you know, us just paying for them outright ourselves, is to have these collaborative missions with other communities. So last time, as you kind of said, we did Happy Hoppers, and then we include, and this time we're doing the block investment group Jelly Cubes. So when we have those collaborative missions, we invite that other community and we give them a guest role. We just set up a quick, you know, guest holder role. If you hold a Jelly Cube for this one, you don't need to hold an Otter. You can hold the Jelly Cube. You can jump into our Discord, participate in the mission, and you can win all the prizes as though you were a holder. And of course, our hope is, you know, it's good marketing for us to kind of jump into all of these other communities. And if a few people stay after each one, even just a couple over time, you know, we're going to build up quite a good community of people that like this, that want to keep doing this, and, you know, and then see the other stuff we're doing and want to jump in. And so it's been a good start for us so far. I was surprised and very excited when Jason from Block Investment Group, you know, Block is Hot, really wanted to participate and allow us to use one of his hero cubes, which are these kind of special Jelly Cubes that he has these big plans for. And so there's only going to be one that's available to, you know, our Discord, essentially, of winners. And these hero cubes are super rare. So, you know, the fact that we're kind of already getting some traction like this and getting some big names in the space to kind of pay attention and you know, give us jump into these collaborative missions with us is great. So huge thanks to the Block Investment Group and all the people that have come over from there already. The Jelly Cubes have been a cool addition to our community so far.
So the reward is a hero cube, not a Jelly Cube, right? Just want to clarify that.
A hero cube, yeah.
If there's only 10 hero cubes, I think, out there right now. Over there. That's so how do you pronounce it? Is it Slania? Is the name of the hero cube?
That's a good question. I pronounced it in my head Slania, but it could be Slania. Yeah, you never know.
That's probably goes better. I'm notorious for mispronouncing stuff over there. But so you guys had, I love this though, because you guys, I don't have the actual picture of the NFT, maybe it's somewhere around here, but all these different partnerships you guys have had, did you guys talk to these guys prior to this? Because the one with Happy Hoppers, you guys had them holding the Otters, actually holding different the hoppers, and then you guys had the Jelly Cubes this go around. Like, are all the different ones that you guys have spoke with, was that planned, or is that just like kind of lining up well right now?
A little from column A, a little from column B. I would say it's something that we talked about internally as a team, but you know, you never know kind of where another project's going to be a few months later, where you're going to be a few months later. So we didn't specifically plan out to have collaborative missions with the collaborative traits that we used. But when we came up with the idea to start doing these collaborative missions, it was a natural first place to look. We already have an established relationship with these projects. We talked to them extensively about putting the collaborative traits in the collection to begin with, and so kind of already have that friendship and figure it's going to be an easy place to start. Yeah, so lining up pretty well right now, I'd say.
It's interesting, right? Because it's working well. Like I said, you got some really cool projects that are a part of this, and like you got Happy Hoppers, you have Cheeky Unts, you have Jelly Cubes, Yummy Universe, I believe Proxies, and was it there's one more of those AMAs maybe was another one.
Those AMAs and Seal Society are the ones that we've got. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's and again, there's so much like lore into this, because if you guys like look at as far as like you said, the diamond hands for people, if you guys, the staking is another portion of this, where you guys, if you stake on the actual website, the amount of shells you get are actually tied kind of to the top 300 get a bonus. If you have some of the stuff that's held in those traits, like the yummies or certain ones like that, those get a little bit more. The Otternauts earn a little bit more shells. So there's like a gamification of that, and people are rare, like you said, very diamond handed inside a community with some of these otters. So it's rare to see a lot of those even on sale right now, which is very interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes you'll see like a certain profession go up for sale and immediately just get sniped because somebody is looking out for good deals. It's pretty cool to watch that kind of stuff.
Well, Tommy talks about those deals in the Automart all the time.
Well, dude, that's a huge portion of this, and I know if anybody, again, you guys have some questions over here about what space otters are doing or anything for Mr. Cruiser, go ahead and throw that into chat. We'll go ahead and jump those in a little bit.
I'm gonna ask some questions, like because I know Tommy tells us stuff, but it goes, when he says it, it goes in one ear and out the other. So I'm gonna ask you.
Nice, I like it. I like it.
For the shells, is that just part of your ecosystem, or is there liquidity behind that? Because I don't know, honestly.
No, it's a great question. It's just our ecosystem. So we purposely did not provide liquidity and list them on any dexes because we wanted to keep it internal to our community. There's a lot of reasons for that, but I think the main one is we are doing something super unique with the Ottermart, where you can actually, you buy an NFT asset, and we have a finite amount of funds to work with respect to what we had from mint proceeds and what we're generating from missions and things like that. And so we need to be very good stewards of our ADA in order to prevent someone from sweeping us out and cleaning us out and kind of ruining the economy of the project.
Right.
And so that's the main reason why we didn't, provide any liquidity, because we didn't want to just have someone find a good deal, come in, swoop in and empty it, and then it's like, oops, project's over. That would be very bad.
It'd be very bad. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and you guys have like set timelines and stuff like that, like on a staking website for, is it the minimum's 14 days if you guys want to stake your otters to earn there, and I think it scales after that with bonuses, right, to 28 and then like 56 maybe.
So 28 days. Yeah, 28 days you get a 5% bonus. If you do the full 56, you get a 10% bonus to your shells that you've staked for. Yeah.
Right. So there's a total of 6 million shells. And like you said, you're not planning to get this on any decks. The interesting thing about the shells too is, like we were talking about over here, which this is just brand new over here as far as this website, which in turn the Ottermart built over by Crypto Raggies. Smart contract enabled, so you can connect your your wallet to this. And then over here inside of this is there all different NFTs that you guys have purchased that can be purchased with shells and redeemable. So if you have them in your wallet, you can actually connect here and now purchase this. So I know some people have started to claim this, and I am in the boat on the next staking period this Saturday to be able to to go ahead and I think I'm looking at some of the keyboard warriors down here.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are good deals right now for sure.
That's such a really cool feature in Marketplace, just for the sheer fact, like, it's nothing against raffles or anything, but it's not a raffle. You can actually use the token to just outright purchase all of these NFTs without using ADA. I think that's such a really cool and honestly underrated feature that you're offering that maybe a lot of people don't even know about yet. I think that's really amazing. I like that.
Yeah, we assign a value to shells, kind of the way it works. So we right now we say about 20 shells is worth 1 ADA, and that's kind of how we calculate out when we buy an NFT, which the community votes on. we buy an NFT and then we put the NFT up for sale in that equivalent amount of shells. So if we bought it for 1 ADA, you know, we'd put it up for 20 shells. But the unique thing that we do is say that NFT rises in value over the next month or 2 months that it sits in the marketplace. If no one buys it, say its floor price doubles, we do not change the price in shells. And so a really good example, Deco in chat just said, yeah, I picked up a keyboard warrior from the Otter Mart with his shells. If you look at the price of those keyboard warriors right now, sorry, Tommy, if you're planning on, I'm going to bust your plan here a little bit. But if you look at the price of them, you know, they're listed at 4,000 shells or so, which is about 200 ADA. And right now the floor is like over 300. So if you pick that up,
Tommy said shit.
Yeah. You know, they're good deals. You know, so there's all sorts of good deals, and it also incentivizes our community to pick good projects when we're deciding what to buy. You know, we get a lot of good voting turnout when we do this because I think people see, you know, what they can get into. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think that's a great perk and benefit for you to buy it cheaper, right? So when it goes on a bull run, one of these projects, it's like, oh, well, I bought it for 200 ADA, now it's worth 500 ADA. My holders are going to love this even that much more. Because I know Tommy did that with, what was it, Melting Moon Boy, right?
Melting Moon Boy doubled in
floor price. You bought it with shells, and then you sold it, you flipped it for a profit with ADA. That's a really
bought
cool
back more
thing.
Otters. That's just the loop.
That's the game. I love it.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
I love that you guys have done this though, and it's like you said, you give the power to the community over here to vote what projects that you guys want to buy with a certain allocated funds. I did have a question on that, and maybe just to clarify for anybody who's interested, is when you guys do re-up the Otter Mart, where are the funds coming from for you guys to do that? Is that part from the mint, or how are you guys going about purchasing these NFTs?
Yeah, so the initial mint proceeds, a very large portion was set aside for this purpose so that we could sustain it for a long time, even if we took in 0 additional funds from that point. And then now that we're doing the collaborative missions, when we do those, we request NFTs or ADA from the project that we're doing it for. And so then that 100% of that goes into the Otter Mart, basically. So the NFTs would just get listed, or if they just pay us an ADA, then we use that, you know, in that treasury. Nice. And then in the future, when we start to unveil our staking missions, that's going to generate a little bit of revenue for us as well, and that will go back into the Otter Mart as well.
Nice. Awesome. I love that. So, like I said, this is where the tech and stuff starts to come in, because it's partnership with Anvil and these other guys and Raggies as well. Like you guys, these are, you know, no joke of partners that you guys have over here. It's all, you know, very high quality. How important was it for you guys to be able to partner up with these guys to be able to deliver something quality? Like, kind of like I said, you've seen the raffle system, but this is like one of those marketplaces where you guys have your own currency that can purchase other stuff that's ready to go like right now. Like, how important were those partnerships to kind of secure and then kind of like be integrated into the project?
Very important for us. We not only wanted, you know, something that was really high quality, but we also wanted a big thing for us, especially with the marketplace, was for it to be self-managed for us. So none of us are developers. You know, one of our founding members is he's like the art director, and he's kind of the primary founder. Another one, Spawner, is he's the, you know, collaborative manager. I call him the outreach specialist because I think it's a more loving title. But he really is the one who goes out and makes friends for us, makes connections. And then, you know, I handle the Discord community and the lore, the writing aspect, but none of us are developers. So we wanted something that, you know, has a good user experience for us. And partnering with Anvil for our staking, and then the staking missions, which will be coming out soon. And then the crypto raggies for the marketplace have been phenomenal, because we can just go on to kind of a different portal for the marketplace, for example, and just list NFTs. It's almost like going on a JPEG store, like you're listing on there. Super easy for us to use. And it makes things, you know, amazingly easy for us to do. So yeah, they've been great partners so far.
Is there a cost in ADA on your side to list the NFTs on the Otter Mart?
There is. It's a 1 ADA fee. For us to list, and that fee is not transferred to the user, so we don't charge the user any fees other than just typical transaction fees.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I really do enjoy that this aspect of it. Like you said, this used to be something that had to be claimed in the Discord to be a ticket, and now here you guys are. It's all been built up, and
Yeah.
it's working. Like, and that's what I think the biggest thing for me with you guys is that you guys have stuff that is online, it's readily available, and it's working. And you're not promising something down the line like it's here. And this is part of the reason why I feel like you guys are so underrated is that maybe, like you said, that during that time period initially when you guys did mint, it was in that weird, low period. And you guys have been continuing to build and have really, like you said, a diamond-handed community behind you. It's just other people needed to get the exposure to it and what that can do for them. So hopefully, like you said, people are watching this right now and may want to take a look at, evaluate some of these projects that, hey, what's under 100 ADA today that can be potentially worth something. And it's like, hey, here's a project that's been building and is really doing well. And being a big part of the community that can vouch and say, this is a good project with a good team and a fun community out there. So.
Still a great entry.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. We had that slow mint and it was a struggle, and I think we had about I would say we had about 10 minutes of wavering nerves, if that makes sense, where when things didn't go as we thought they would, but then after that we were like just hell-bent on making it work, and we had battle plans for all the possible outcomes of that mint, and we decided to we're just going to push on, and we're so happy we did because we see the kind of everything coming together. We see how far we've come in only a few months. And not only that, but like the community that we have is incredible. I mean, people in our Discord, I don't know if we've ever seen like true FUD in our Discord or anything. It's just a great group of people. It's a pleasure to like sign in and chat with everyone. So it's awesome.
I really enjoy what you guys do have going on, because you have something honestly for everyone. You have the person who likes to do the lore and the missions. You have something for someone who wants to just do the staking and collect the shells. You have something for someone who just wants to purchase NFTs with those shells. So you really do have something for everybody that wants to be a part of the project. You could do whatever you want, or you could do it all, honestly. So that's a really cool aspect that you guys have.
Yes,
I appreciate that. I think officially you're hired as the new spokesman for Space Otter Society, and Tommy, we're gonna have to let you go for a little bit.
Fair enough over here. I was getting back over there to Hugs Not Rugs. He said he stepped away for a little bit. He was asking how you get the shells. What you can do is actually head over to the website, to the stake platform, connect your wallet, and then create a new stake. And then, like you said, you can choose your date. And then once your things are staked, they're actually still in your wallet, but are not able to be listed. So it's like I guess, is that still considered non-custodial on the staking method?
It is. Yeah, that's like a super good question, because I try to answer this a lot when it comes up. There is a difference between locking and custodian staking, or custodial staking. Custodial means that the NFT actually goes to the staking services wallet. So non-custodial staking means your wallet, it stays in your wallet or in your pool address. But that can be kind of completely independent from being locked or unlocked. So you can have what we have right now is locked non-custodial staking, meaning it gets locked for a period of time. That's going to change in the future once we get some updates. But it gets locked, but it still stays in your pool.pm. It doesn't go anywhere else. When you sign the smart contract, if you go to your pool.pm, it's still there, and you can see it. Never leaves your wallet.
That's actually a really interesting thing, because I know a lot of people, like I know we use Yummy, for example, who was early on, where again, it's the custodial, you lock them up, they come back in a smart contract. Here it's different. The Mutants platform's a little different in the sense that you can leave them and take them out whenever you want, and the multipliers get added on. And here, are you guys planning to go to a system like that where you can kind of just harvest over time instead of locking them over here?
Yes. So our next staking update, we call it, staking V2. That's going to be a kind of, you can lock and unlock at will. And if you unlock and remove it from the staking platform before you hit those milestones, then you just don't get those milestone rewards. And then the next update, V3, will be rolling staking. So it'll basically just be kind of similar to Mutants. You just stake it, accrues, and then you can pull your rewards anytime you want.
Awesome. Okay, that's going to be interesting to say. Shout out to he's one of the Optimus Primes over here, and he probably has more than me over here. He goes, got to get those shell numbers up, Tommy. I'm trying, man. But yeah, you can see that you can stake up to 35 otters in one transaction, or assets in general, at once. So that is it's fun to do on your ledger, by the way.
Oh, that's so painful.
It's clicking through every single one of the buttons, but it does work it works on the ledger. You can do whatever you need to do on there, but you can stake 35 at a time. And like you said, so the minimum is 2 weeks on your 14 days. So this is how you can stake to go ahead and claim for the shells. And then again, you can use those shells over inside the Otter Mart here once you have those, and that's all smart contract enabled. And then I did want to mention on this because I haven't really dove too much into these, but this is another portion that's not officially online yet. But can you talk a little quickly about like the solar pearls on this? Because I know this is sort of royalty distribution over here.
Yeah, so we're doing our royalty distributions in kind of a unique way. And it's in order to prevent being labeled as a security. That's kind of the overarching reason we decided to do it this way. But basically, there are certain assets in our collection. So one of the professions that you mentioned earlier, the tech nodders, you can, by holding a certain amount of them, when we get to a point where we're doing an ADA distribution, then having those tech nodders will get you a token. And you can then send in that token for a very high chance to win ADA from our distribution. And so right now, the numbers that we're using, when we get to 25,000 ADA in the treasury distribution or in the treasury wallet, then we will trigger one of these distributions. We have a 7% royalty, and half of that goes to this treasury and the other half goes to the Otter Mart. So when we get up to 25,000 ADA, it'll trigger one of these events. There's a couple different ways to get solar pearls, but not many. And so when you do get them, you'll have a set amount of time to kind of turn them in, and each solar pearl will act as one entry, and the community will vote on a certain number of wallets to win.
Okay.
So basically there'll be 300 winners, 400 winners, 500 winners. And by doing it that way, it, number one, prevents us from being labeled as security, because although it is a raffle, it gives people a really high chance to win. So it's not like your typical raffle where it's like 1 in 50,000 chance or whatever.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the amount of ADA you'll be able to win will actually be pretty high per winning entry. It'll be somewhere between 55 to 75, depending on the numbers that the community decides to go with.
Okay, I like that right there. That's, like I said, it's a good way to go ahead and get back to the holders for being there for a while. But like you said, you're doing it in the way that doesn't jeopardize the holders either, as far as those payouts go. So interesting stuff though. So are the tech nodders the only ones that are able to harness those solar pearls when those do come out?
Yeah, and the other ways you can get them are by being a council member. So for that, you need to have an Otter knot, which is the rarest profession, plus 5 of the other otters. And then if you have a top 300 or a 1 of 1, you also get some of those pearls when we do a distribution.
Perfect. And then I know you guys also have these that are in there as well, the Galaxy Stones. This is stuff that also is earned over in the for the staking portion of this, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of another fun thing we do. So we have the Galaxy Stones, which similar to the Tech Nodders, but a different profession, the Explotters, the explorers of our ecosystem. They get Galaxy Stones as a staking reward. So in addition to the shells that they get for staking, they get these Galaxy Stones. And then you can turn in Galaxy Stones when we do Galaxy raffles. And so, for example, right now we have a Goom list going for a Galaxy raffle, but we've had on there before things like a Mutant Mouse. We had a Yummy, OG Naru, and then a couple other things too. And you kind of turn them in when you want. So the reason we do it in a tokenized way is so that you can hoard your tokens. If you want to, we see people striking a deal in our trade channel where it's like, I'll give you this many stones for shells, whatever. And then you can kind of hoard them until you want to participate. And then you can dump them all at once whenever you see something you like.
I love those mechanics, like a whole little own ecosystem, own economy, just trading and everything. It's awesome.
And also shout out to your artist over here. Who does the 3D stuff for you guys? Because this stuff looks insane.
Really good. And the videos too.
Oh yeah, thanks. His name 88 Otter. He changed his handle to kind of an Otter handle. His name used to be 80 Damon, like ADH Demon, kind of the way it was spelled. He's a friend of a friend in real life for me, and you know, he's like, it was funny how we kind of crossed paths, but he's in like an NFT group that I'm in from my friends with real life, from real life. And I didn't even know he was an artist because I didn't know him in real life. And he like dropped this thing. He's like, hey guys, I've been working on this thing for the last like week. And he posted this thing, and it was an incredible piece of 3D art. And it was like, you made that in a week? That's insane. So we started talking, and it was perfect timing for him. And we started talking, and he ended up doing our logo that you see up in the top corner there. He ended up doing our Galaxy Stone. He did our shell token, and a couple other things for us too. He did the spaceship. So yeah, incredible stuff from him. He's a really good hard surface artist. So yeah, anything like hard, you know, metal, stone, he's like incredible at it.
Yeah, no, it looks very well done, and like I said, it just adds to the overall like quality of what we're talking about over here with the project. So yeah, I love, like I said, there's so many layers to this once you start to really dive into it. And like I said, we're highlighting the missions this week with everything with jelly cubes and stuff, but there's so much more depth that goes into this. So I just wanted to shout that out for you guys, because you guys do have some really cool stuff. So to kind of dial back to like maybe some of the highlighting stuff for the missions, if somebody wants to get involved right now, what do they need to do to be able to participate in a mission that currently is running? It started today and it runs all the way through, is it Saturday or Friday? I forget what date. What's the final date on it?
Yeah, ends late, kind of Friday Eastern time.
Okay.
So 9 p.m. Eastern time, it's over. And so if you want to come in, anyone who's watching, you can hop in and you can participate in the mission. You don't need to have an Otter to participate. We kind of want everyone to see what we do, and everyone to kind of be able to, you know, hop in and take a look. If you want to win anything, or if you want to, you know, obviously stake to earn shells and participate with the marketplace, then you would need to buy Otters. But otherwise, you can just hop in and check it out. The way we have it set up is you jump into our Discord, you basically, you know, like and retweet our main Twitter, where we, you know, talk about the upcoming mission, and then you post that you did that, and we give you a role that gets you started inside of the Discord for the mission. It's pretty simple to get started. We had a lot of people come over from Block Investment Group over the last, you know, 24 hours. And, you know, all of them, some of them have already finished the mission. So
Yeah.
It's awesome to see, like, you know, someone first time. This one was pretty tricky. So to see some new people getting through it really quick was pretty cool.
Yeah, the that first cipher that we had to deal with, it was pretty tough. I saw NFG Ryan over there posted, he like printed it out. So
I saw that.
yeah, you guys did go up, you upped the ante a little bit on this one, which is really cool to see. And then yeah, I was able to get through it, so I don't want to go ahead and spoil the end of it over here. But essentially, what happens is as you progress throughout these different mission stages, and once you enter in the correct passcode, it kind of takes you further and further into the story. There's a bunch of lore, there's some cool graphics and things like that. And eventually, like you said, once you get through it, yeah, it'll go ahead and give you a role inside of there, showing that it has like the mission Jelly Cube Defender, which finishes it. Which is cool.
Right, and then that's how we use that role to kind of determine, you know, who's eligible for winning stuff. And so we just, you know, at the end, we just kind of use that and see where we, you know, who all has that, and you know, choose winners based off of those.
So to start the mission, you need that role, and to get that role, you have to retweet the
Correct.
Correct.
Trying to make sure.
Yeah.
Sitting over here answering like I'm like part of the thing. No,
yeah. Don't you remember you got fired and we brought him on? So
Yeah, right.
Tommy, why did you tell us about
He's
this
filling him
earlier?
in. Tommy's filling in his new.
I'm just playing catch up over here. And then depending on what roles you have inside there, if you hold an actual jelly cube, or if you have one of the otters, the 33 of them that actually hold the jelly cube, there's increased chances for the prizes once you get through the mission. That you get raffled in there, which this one right here is a huge win. That you get the actual hero cube. Slanya over there. That's a huge prize. But outside of that, there's Goom lists up for grabs, 4 of them total. You got the spaceship, some more otters, and then some guest passes. So tons of different things that you guys can win if you guys participate in this mission and then actually get a chance to get through it and get that role. So you have until Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern to be able to get that. So
do you create all the missions yourself, or the team kind of helps with you on that?
It kind of depends. I would say I do the majority of the heavy lifting when it comes to the writing and kind of the lore aspect of it. But Aaron, who is our art director, he is the one who creates the trailer. Whenever we have like specific puzzles that need to be made, I kind of give him an idea of what I want, and then he creates that for us. And then Spouter and Cheeky's our social media guy. I usually bounce ideas off of them or the mods if like I need some inspiration, or if I'm kind of like, should we do this or this? And so it is a team effort overall.
Cool.
You know, none of this could ever happen in a vacuum, but yeah, it's super fun to be doing it. Yeah.
Do you have a certain number of missions already completed and mapped out for the year, or you kind of think of them as they go along?
So I would say we have ideas of where it could go, but we frequently wait to see kind of what the community wants, or if certain things are discussed in the Discord, we'll kind of pick up on those things and drop them into the story. So we try to keep it very fluid because we're all capable of kind of doing it on the fly. And I don't mean to say like, in such a way where it's like we're not prepared for it or anything, but we try to do it that way so that it's not so rigid, so that it's like, hey, we were just talking about that 2 weeks ago, and now that's showing
up to date and relevant. That's awesome. That's dope.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is you get the community involved, and I completely forgot about this a little bit ago, but I was just scrolling when I was going back through the previous mission archives, and there was like some like fun like things that were optional at the end of it, and I forgot. I completely I've built into the little bit of the lore here, right? Which is pretty fun. I forgot about that. So that kind of dictates some of the story too, right? Like people can get involved through the community.
Yes, Tommy, you're in the story. We get it. Okay.
Well, no, I'm saying like that like I was genuinely like really excited. I didn't think I had a chance of winning something, but I'm saying like that.
Yeah,
it was cool. Like it was cool to have like see your name or something like built into the part of the story. I know, TJ, you guys are gonna give me shit for that. I'm just saying though, like that's really cool that you can do that.
Yes, you got the gold star.
Yeah,
good job. Put on the refrigerator. Tell mom and dad.
These guys always give shit to me, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to highlight this over here.
I get it. Yeah. Subtle flex. Continue.
Okay.
That's hilarious. No, that's hilarious. Yeah, we like to make it so it's it's interactive, but it's also you kind of get that experience with it. Like you actually, if you experience it, then you actually have that connection to it. And that was really important for me when we're creating these things, because I don't know if you guys know, I know I talk about it in our Discord a lot, but I'm a huge D&D nerd, and so for the last like 5 or 6 years now, I've played D&D, and I've done like the DM side of it, where you're the one creating the experience for everyone. And I remember reading something at one point, and I was like, that makes sense actually, and it was something very simple. It was, nobody cares about your lore unless you give them a reason to.
Right.
And so when you see a lot of like just text and you just read it, and then you don't have to do anything to engage with it, to experience it, you don't have any reason to kind of get past just reading it, people move past it very, very quickly. Mm-hmm. So part of the fun thing we did is try to make it like really interactive and engaging, and give our community a chance to like get involved and be a part of the story.
Yeah,
that's really cool and unique to hear. You're the second person we've spoke to that has a D&D background that uses missions or lore or just puzzles to make you think about, to gain access somewhere. That is you and Demosthenes both have a D&D background. You guys both are very in-depth thinkers as far as that goes. That's
you guys
interesting.
Need to connect with Mallet That'd be a cool collab right there.
That'd be super fun. Yeah, that'd be super fun.
Well, you got to get you guys connected. That'd be really dope to do.
Ducks go in space? I don't know. Otters definitely. I don't know.
Yeah, they can travel to.
I don't know if they can fly that high. Ducks. Otters are clever.
Hey, ducks.
The otters just need to fly fly to the crypt. They'll find a way to go ahead and find in a foreign planet where the ducks are. I could build
There we
it.
go.
They're gonna stay them like Master Chief style with Halo. Go down there, get them out there, rescue them.
Yep. Look, the other thing too, I just wanted to shout this out because it's the big upgrade that's happened recently is the bot that you guys do over here. Can you talk about this real quick? I don't know if it'll let me collect for today. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if that does that. No, I can't do my daily income. 9 hours. Okay. Can you guys talk quick about the economy that you guys have here too, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that Selkies, who is he's our security guy, our Discord bot guy. He manages all of our Discord bots inside the Discord. He has his own server, his own project called the Cat's Eye Casino, and basically he created a custom bot, which is it's kind of like an economy bot where it can be installed in multiple servers. And he can add whatever tokens he wants to it. So right now there's like shells, galaxy stones from us, Wari from Phoenix Arena, Rad, and a couple others that are all on there. And you can actually go into each of those servers, for example, and collect your kind of daily income, but you get real tokens. It's not just like an internal Discord security. And his token is called Catnip. He basically installed that in our server, and we can give people shells and galaxy stones right in our Discord now without having to like send them via a wallet. And then I literally just type in, it's so easy. I just type in a command like /give tokens, and then I enter the parameters.
That's
And
really cool.
then the member just has to go to a vending machine website, which we have instructions to do, and follow the prompts, and they can claim their tokens for a transaction fee. So you can wait.
Yeah.
You can just have them hang out and wait until you want to claim them, and then you're done. It's super easy.
I just did this for the first time over there. I wanted to shout this out because he had like the vouchers that were in the Discord where I had like a few shells or something. I had one from an event, and then you guys switched over to this thing. And again, you just had to go ahead and register the wallet real quick and then do the transfer command. And like you said, you went over to this thing, and then there was a quick little like transaction that had to be done, and it went directly to my wallet, no problem at all. It was an easy claim service. So I love the fact that you guys, like I said, the tech that you guys have is all top notch, and it's very like easy and seamless. And I do appreciate it about you guys.
Thanks.
But,
yeah, and this one is all Selkies. He's literally just doing this on his own, like for his own reasons, and we're lucky enough to just be a part of his process, and he includes us on all his updates. He just messaged me the other day about a big update that's going to be coming where you're going to be able to just straight buy galaxy stones for his token Catnip. And so you'll be able to just kind of go shopping in our Discord for that token. And then he's even talking about developing like a little game in the near future. So should be a lot of fun. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. Well, like I said, there's tons of stuff to go ahead and love about the project. Yes, you guys are building too, and that's the really unique thing about you guys. And like I said, you guys deserve a little more credit, I think, than you get, and I think that's just more about the exposure and stuff for the project. So hopefully, if nobody today has not been involved with the project, at least you got a little bit better of a backstory about what these guys are building, and maybe potentially if you guys want to get into the actual community right now, we got a couple giveaways.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna hammer. It's just part of that night over there. So yes, we do, as we wrap up over here, and we can kind of get into some of the stuff that you guys are looking forward to this year, Chris. But we do have 2 otters up for grabs tonight. So if somebody's looking to get into the community over here, we got a couple of them up for grabs. So I guess, Chris, you want to go ahead in our private chat, and we'll drop for the first one over here. We'll do a keyword over here. We got a couple of exploiters going on over here, which are tied directly into the story this week.
All right, let's do.
You can make it fun. You can do whatever you guys want. Perfect.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's the exploiter's favorite thing, so that'll go well.
Chris, were you a Halo fan?
I used to play it mostly in college with suboptimal alcohol involved. But you know,
Nice.
Is there another way? No.
But yeah,
Yeah, I love it. TJ, do you have that?
I do. It's in there. It's right ready to go.
All right, guys.
but you know, I did. I
Oh,
actually really liked the storyline of Halo. Really loved it.
Yeah, that's an interesting layout right there. But yes.
Tommy, real quick, I want to try something real quick. Go back to the other screen.
Yeah.
I want to see something. Can I move this? I'm trying to move us to the right.
Oh, to the right side of the screen.
Yes, I hate this left side of the screen.
That's this over here. I don't know what that is, but it does what it does. But exclamation point Galaxy Stone is going to get you entered into this giveaway for this Space Otter. Oh, we got prime real estate right there, main screen. I don't like that, but this is going to win you this Space Otter right here, and then after that we'll do, Chris, you want to do one more keyword inside the chat over here? We'll do a second one for somebody to win.
Here's a good one. This would be a good one for us.
Perfect.
So there's 29 in here, and there's 17 eligible users.
You guys got good luck. Exclamation point Galaxy Stone. We'll run this here. I'll give him like 10 more seconds.
How'd you bring us on the bottom, Tommy? Did you do that? When you brought us to the bottom.
Oh, it was
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm just clicking shit now.
You're good. We can experiment. We're at the end of the stream, so we can play around with the layouts.
Perfect time.
And people are getting
I'm
out.
getting dizzy.
Oh, hey, there he is. Blake over here. He's gonna come in and sneak away with like he did with the Hoffer right at the
Yeah,
end.
he did
I love
the top one. Yeah.
it. Shout out to Blake over there. What's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out tonight.
Right, so 30, 21 eligible, 22 eligible. I'll give you guys about another 10 seconds.
Yeah, listen to Blake over here. He's got the thing.
Yo,
Exclamation point.
can I enter the
Stone.
giveaway too?
Absolutely.
All right. The rule is if you
No,
win
I'm
it,
just
here's the rule. You can do that, but if you win, you have to double the prize.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's do it. Let's get it excited.
So now you want him to win.
All right. Now you're rooting for Chris to win over here. There he is. Oh, he's in.
All right, so 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rolling it. Tony.
Congrats, Tony. Tony's won.
Tony's been winning a
times.
lot. I feel like Tony's been winning left and right.
We got it. So this is for Space Otter 2979 over here.
Congrats to Tony.
Congrats to Tony. And guys, we got
a cast cloak on a collar.
Yes, I love that right here. So the other one up for grabs was TJ. You see the other keyword over there?
Yes, what a great word.
That is a great one right here. So shout out to the captain himself. This is going to be for Space Otter. I actually really like this one. I was like kind of upset I was giving this
I have
one
a
away.
captain.
Another
Ooh, the
explorer over
number
here.
too, though. 00020. I don't know why. I just like the number.
Oh, yeah, the number is clean right here. So, guys,
Yeah.
for the second one, and this is going to be the final giveaway for the night over here, your keyword is going to be Atari! Exclamation point Atari. So, shout out to the Otternaut captain over there. I saw somebody put an offer in on him, the one of one, the other day.
Yeah, it was actually CryptoKitty. He's in here. He's in here right now.
Oh, he's my only competition, I feel like, right now when it comes to the amount of otters I have, which, shout out to him. I believe he's got like over 100 of them or something crazy. Of the actual otters, the main ones, which is insane.
Yeah, he's got. He told me the other day he has over 100 OG otters. So he's a big fan.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Shout out to him, man. And I love this because, like you said, you can stack up. If you do have a bunch of these, you can stack up to get some really cool stuff inside the Otter Mart. And I'm just looking forward to what you guys have building up. And as we wrap up this giveaway, maybe we can kind of talk after this about what your plans are kind of going into the rest of the year and what people can maybe have to look forward to with the project. So, TJ, do you want to get this wrapped up over here? I don't know how many people.
Yep.
We got 35.
24 eligible and 35 in chat. So I'll give you another 10 seconds or so because it's a lot.
There you go. 79 OGs over here. Wow. 109 OGs. Wow. You guys, Shiny, you got 79 over here? That's insane. I did not know that. You got more than me. I think I've got 65 OGs. Wow.
Shiny's been stacking, huh?
I love it, dude.
Yeah,
I love it, man. It's such a diamond hand community. You never know. Until
All
You
right,
have two, TJ? What do you have,
3,
TJ?
2, I have 2. 1. I'm gonna roll it. I have 2 of them. Eddie Z, shout out to Eddie
Oh,
Z.
wow. There you go,
There you
man.
go,
Shout
Eddie.
out to
Nice.
the F35 Discord winning over here tonight. Congrats, Eddie. We'll get you guys set up over there. That's awesome. Space Otter 20 is going to be yours, so we'll get that set up to you. Congrats. But yeah, no, Chris, really appreciate it. I'm really glad that the stream worked tonight and that we didn't have some like terrible connection issues that we were running into last night.
That's
So,
what I would like
yeah,
to test
yeah.
too, just for stuff. Literally, what happened last night, we can flesh that out and fix it the night before. So that appreciate you coming on last night to work that stuff out.
yeah.
No,
And,
no problem at all. I was happy to do it.
Yeah, and I guess last thing too for anybody who's looking potentially to get into Space Otters, what can they kind of look forward? What are you guys looking forward to doing and accomplishing? Obviously, you've got the mission starting to kick off with different projects. What are you guys really looking to get into or have like on the roadmap? Because I said you guys basically said you completed almost all of your phase one of the roadmap, and you're looking to have to go into phase two. Like, what can people look forward to?
Yeah, we're getting there. Surprisingly, it's been fast. I think kind of like TJ said before, for someone looking to get in new, we have a little something for everybody. So we've got the Otter Mart. If you just want to stake and buy otters, buy NFTs, in the Otter Mart, you don't even need to participate in the lore if that's not your thing. And if you don't even care about the shells and staking and all that, you can buy an otter and just kind of hang out and do the missions and the lore and enjoy that. What we're looking forward to doing in the near future is we do have staking updates coming out. So we have that. We should have our next staking update by the end of January. And then the other thing that we'll be having come out end of January is our staking missions. Now, this is going to be something where at first it's probably going to be something that we are testing internally, but we will have like a version of it by the end of January and then hopefully ready to roll out shortly after that. Okay. But what we're doing with those is when we do these collaborative missions, there will be so like, for example, this one's with the Jelly Cube community. There will be a custom art piece. Basically, you'll mint an NFT. It'll be a very low price, but it's like a souvenir, but you can stake it and you will be guaranteed to earn rewards for that mission card. And then we can actually change the metadata on those mission cards. So if you complete the missions, we can make it say like mission complete, and you can kind of keep it as a souvenir for your troubles.
Cool.
And then we're going to be doing some evolution to that as time goes on, but kind of creating this souvenir event type of package for other projects tied into our missions. And so the other thing we're going to be doing is really building out our missions as a service and collaborating with a lot of other communities to kind of get our name out there and also get more people involved and just kind of experiencing the good time. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah.
After that, we're going to be looking to do a deflationary event. That's all I'm going to say about that right now, because we're until we finish everything else. That's kind of like the final piece. Okay. So we'll get into that later this year. But yeah, for now, that's about it.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely have to catch up when that happens over there, because I know we completely brushed over the topic of the pups that just minted as well.
I was about to say, yep.
Yeah. So we got
there's all went tonight.
Yeah, right. But yeah, there's a whole other collection that minted during Christmas that are stakeable as well. So every asset that you guys have over there is stakeable. And I'm curious too, because it's such a unique way to bring other people into the community is with these missions by partnering up with these other projects where they get, not only do they get to experience like your community, but they get to experience like this mission, like literally you're advertising the product to these other projects that potentially, like you said, may capture even just a portion of them and bring it in. It's such a unique way that I haven't seen inside of this space. And like one of the reasons why I'm really excited with what you guys have got in the works.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah. We've been having a ton of fun. Our team is just, whenever we're, having a meeting, we're always just having a good time. We're enjoying like where the future of our project is going. And so, yeah, we always joke around. We say we'll stop building when we're dead. But we do really mean that. We enjoy, the space and the community that we built and, the people that that have put their trust and faith in us. It's an incredible feeling, and so yeah, we're just here to keep building.
Yeah, Dude, it's been awesome over here. I'm gonna have to go look at over this because somebody's saying that otters are starting to pump up.
I know.
A little
I was
bit
just
now.
checking that too.
You guys
Yeah,
are jumping up to 93.84. We're pushing up there, man. So it's really cool to see. And I think this is one of those projects that like you have to experience it to understand. But if you do get out there, like you fall in love with the project. So like I said, you guys have some really cool stuff. And I love that partnership that you guys have with Anvil for building out some new stuff inside the space and trying something different.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
you guys got to keep our floor price under 100 though for all those Twitter posts.
10 away from 100. I was just checking that.
You guys, I'm gonna miss the days of the deals where you can get some Otter knots for under 200 again. Like it's just I miss like it's people eventually like when there comes a time with the right amount of buyers, like people are gonna go snipe and understand those trades out there. So obviously this is all not financial advice, and you guys should obviously do your own research before you go purchase something, but. Definitely go take a look at the project. If there's something awesome that they've got going on over there, and a really cool community.
Tommy, why weren't you telling us about this more?
I've been telling you guys, dude. My wallet alone should tell you that I haven't.
Yeah,
sold
but
anything.
you get like Beat Boys and stuff too, and all the fluffies.
No,
I'm like,
hey.
you know, one's got to stick one time, right?
Hey, all you got to do is you got to cast the net sometimes, and then you hone in. You know, sometimes you get some great stuff, sometimes you get some stuff that's okay, and then sometimes you catch a shell in there like this, and then you get these otters, dude.
We just got to talk to Chris, and then know what's going on here.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go now.
Yeah, I know.
I like it.
Yes, and then shout out to Crypto Kitty over here. I know he's a huge holder inside the project. Appreciate your dedication and professionalism. Much appreciated. Couldn't have said it better myself. There you go. Yeah, run that over there.
No shiny, no take backs.
Do your own research, just buy otters, but do your own research. There you go, Curly. Love it. But yes, Chris, if there's anything else, definitely, guys, make sure to go ahead and follow Space Otters. Go check out the mission this week. Go pop into Discord and say hi. And then again, just try to, like I said, try to experience it. This is a tough start, I'd say, for the missions this week. But I think maybe if you mess with some people around, if you really get stuck or hint those hints, you can get you can break through that first part of the mission and get into it. But
yeah, we try to make it, so everyone can do it even without prior knowledge in the project. So that's actually kind of difficult sometimes, but you try to make each challenge where you can do it if you know nothing about the previous mission. You don't have to jump in and know everything just in order to hang out, because over time that makes it impossible for new people to come in. But certainly familiarization with the project helps, and those are the people that we usually see kind of speed through the mission. But yeah, hop in, check it out. I want to say thank you to you guys. I know we're going a little over our time, so just thank you for.
It's all good.
Thanks for having me on it, and it's been a goal of mine for a while, so really appreciate it. Small project, and have just really appreciated your guys' support. You guys have covered us a lot of times, and I just couldn't thank you enough. It's always great to see.
We loved having you on anytime, man.
Plenty of reason to, for sure. We've been looking forward. Me and TJ have been excited about this for sure. I know that we talked about it a couple times now.
Yeah, it's good when like we get a little quiet and we're looking around like, all right, we need to get more involved with these projects.
Oh, I was scanning stuff the whole time when you guys were chatting a little bit ago. I was just looking around and doing my thing here. Side research.
It looks like a few people have been doing that, but yes, Chris, no, in all seriousness, thank you for finally getting a chance to get on the show. And like I said, I feel like you guys have something really special here, and I look forward to seeing what you guys are building this year and really getting this tech up and running and onboarding some more communities. And looking forward to some more missions that really highlight the tech that you guys have been building.
Awesome.
Alrighty, guys. Well, if everybody else, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We've been doing this for a little over 2 hours now, so always appreciate the community for showing up on these Monday nights. Without you guys, we would not be here. So thank you all for hanging out. We have the podcast kind of dropping this Friday as usual, and next week we will be dropping the podcast to go to our first ever live podcast on a Twitter space next Wednesday. So we are. Get ready for that over there. NFA F35. That's what we're doing over there. I don't know if we'll do that, but it should be fun. So definitely keep an eye out for that, and also keep that eye out on the stream next Monday. We also have some games and potentially some Goom lists. So keep an eye out for that. Should have a fun stream next Monday. Appreciate everybody showing up, and we'll catch you guys next week. Have a good night.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.